This is the future.
This is the future.
College First 15 Rugby on the Rugby Channel is proudly brought to you by Under Armour.
Hi and welcome to College Rugby. We've got an absolute cracker of a game for you today. We're in Auckland at Kelston Boys where they take on Kings College. Now players like Mills Muliaina, Case Muse, Vainga Tuigamala and DJ Forbes have run around these very grounds. And I'm sure there's plenty of future stars running around today as well. So look forward to this one here on the Rugby Channel.
Tradition runs deep at Kings College, one of the oldest rugby bastions in the country. Last year they finished third in the Auckland Schools competition behind Kelston Boys High, but with more games won. Today Kelston plays host to this great Auckland rivalry. They beat Kings at Kings last year and they've been training hard to prepare for this season's opening clash. If previous matchups are any guide, the support will be loud, the game will be quick. It's College Rugby on the Rugby Channel. Kelston Boys High School against Kings College. Yes, there it is, the confirmation, Kelston Boys High School. We're here at the school against visitors Kings College from across the season. The crowd is building up. We're going to have a wonderful afternoon. The weather is fine. Been a bit of rain in Auckland this week, but things are looking good, and I hope we're looking good too, because we're very excited about this one for the College Rugby opener in Auckland this year. Now, Ken Laban's with us this week. Ken, you know about the rivalry between these two great teams.
Yeah, it's a wonderful rivalry too. Kings College and Kelston Boys High between them. Nearly 30 Auckland championships they've won. They're both in great form, second and third respectively at the end of the round robin last year. Good pre-season. It's an old rivalry, but it's the beginning of a new season.
And in the new season, Bull Allen, former All Black, with us. Bull, you've been tracking these two teams already.
I have. Now, Ken mentioned pre-season. Kings have won all of their pre-season games, 4 of them. Kelston have gone in with 3 wins out of 5, but the common factor between the two teams is they both placed Gisborne Boys. Kings beating them 36-28, Kelston Boys losing 20-7. So I wonder if that form will roll into this game.
Well, we shall see. We really enjoyed watching Kings last year in several games in the first year of college rugby. And among the team with us all through last season is back again on the sideline. Let's go to report from Mark Watson.
Yeah, thank you, Keith. Oh, boy, I love Auckland Secondary School rugby. It's full of just so much history and tradition. And what a better way to start the season between one of the great rivalries. Kelston Boys High School, who just love it fast. They love it physical. Kings College, who you know are going to be precise. They're going to be technically very good. And the Kings College side, they've got their backline back from last year, and they're going to look to run wide at all expense. I think Kelston will love the confrontation. And also, a wonderful crowd beginning to build up. Kings College, they've brought a large contingent of their school pupils over here, and there's a beautiful Pacific Island feel from the fans from Kelston Boys High School. Should be an absolute stunner.
Thanks very much. Mark Watson will be with us on the sideline right throughout the afternoon, and it really does have a sense that it's going to be a great match-up today. We've got a little background on the Kelston Boys team. It's a new-look team this year with a lot of new kids in the first 15, so it's important that they establish team bonding. Well, Alex Lewis went to check out their trip north.
Year 11. Year 11, Tony. He's only 15.
Awesome ahipara at the foot of 90 Mile Beach, but Kelston Boys High aren't there to enjoy the views.
Well, this trip is all about bringing the team together and about them pushing their boundaries to see what they can really accomplish as a team and as an individual. So we're trying to push them and push them mentally, because these boys don't really know what they're truly capable of. Because there's going to be moments like this on the field, and we can relate it back to the sand dunes up here in Ahipara, and if they can push themselves in that game and they think about that moment in time they were up here and they wanted to give up, it might just give them a little bit of motivation.
Beautiful weather and stunning scenery was a bonus for the boys, but they weren't there for a holiday. The 4-day pre-season trip was all about training, both traditional and boot camp. A long run along the length of Ahipara Beach, past the local wildlife brought them to a massive sand dune and a workout they would never forget. But it's a small price to pay for one of the great schoolboy honours.
When you come into Kelston as a year 9, you look up to the first 15 boys. They're the top standard, they're the top boys at the school. So if you're a rugby player, you really want to aspire to be one of them, and to get that first 15 jersey and put it on with that crest on your chest, you know, it's a big thing.
Well, obviously, exercise and endurance is a big part of this trip up north, but it's not the only reason that Kelston coaching staff have brought these boys to this idyllic spot.
Hey, boys, the main theme of this week is what? Teamwork. Teamwork, okay? Team unity, team bonding.
That brotherhood is very, very important. And as you'll see on this trip, you'll see some shots of the boys, how close they are getting because of this camp.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage. Kelston coming in then. We come in here as individuals and we just want to bring the team together, you know, and form a bond and culture kind of thing to take back and bring into the competition games.
The boys all stayed in a marae and spent day and night getting to know each other a little better. It's a culture all three of the coaching staff know well. All of them are old boys.
We've all been involved in the culture back when it was pretty successful in the 90s. The other two coaches were part of the early 90s and I went through the late. And so we've been there, experienced what worked, and we're just trying to bring that back to the school.
Now they've got some space in front of them. This is Senio. Inside support from his brother Kevin.
Up to the end of the 90s, Kelston were the dominant force in school rugby with 11 Auckland titles, and this win over Palmerston North Boys High, one of 4 national titles to go with their world school title in '98. The last decade in comparison has been a little barren, but the team are working harder than ever to climb back to where they were.
Well, our boys are naturally talented athletes and they've just got a lot of natural flair and ability. That just has to be harnessed and put in the right direction.
Kelston beat Kings at the start of last season but lost to them in the Auckland semi-finals. The passion for revenge is obvious.
And don't forget, we'll have the Huckers here today, as we do most weeks here on the Rugby Channel. Absolutely stunning images there, Ken.
Oh, very impressive. You know, an articulate, intelligent captain. And Taylor Adams, he spoke very, very well for such a young man. And also they talk about teamwork, they talk about legacy, there's effort and endeavour, even though it was an idyllic backdrop for them, and finished with a little bit of culture, so magnificent.
Absolutely. Do you have that sort of thing down there in Stratford in your day, Bull?
There's something lacking in Stratford that was in those pictures, and that's a beach.
Oh,
so
okay.
Thank goodness.
You've got to have a beach.
Isn't it interesting they're trying to replicate the success that they used to have back in the 90s? Smart coaches, as Ken said, and great to see them coming together, and we'll see if that's reflected in their performance today.
And coaches, all of whom have played in the first 15 here at Kelston Boys High, so they want to get some of that glory back. Well, we're going to have a look at the two teams now. Here's Ken.
The Kelston Boys High School team in 2010, 8 wins and 3 losses, finished the round robin in the 2nd place. A magnificent rugby pedigree, 11 national champions, including success in sevens and touch. Visenia, the fullback, is highly regarded. He's big, 6'3", and can run the ball back. Fusitua and Filimoni out there wide. Also, they expect huge things from those two players as well. Up front, Balizi and Manukia, the 2 lock forwards, both big, both over 6 foot. And a very solid-looking team, the Kelston Boys High. Let's hear from their captain.
Taylor Adams, boy, what a first-up game. Kings College, how big is this one?
Yeah, no, it's a big one. You know, there's a lot of pressure coming into the first game. You know, Kings College, you know, they're a great school. We've got a big rivalry against them, so it's going to be a hard first-up match.
Let's talk about your pre-season. What's the form like coming into this game?
No, yeah, we've been good. We've had about 4 games, and we've looked really good in them. You know, we've started to form, you know, like a good culture and team spirit within those pre-season games. So it's looking good.
A very young, inexperienced Kelston Boys High School first 15.
Yeah, it is this year. It's kind of maybe a rebuilding stage for us this year. But although they're young, they're very talented. You know, there's always talent at Kelston, and we're looking good.
Is there an element of revenge in terms of motivation? Because this time last year, you lost to Kings College in the semi-finals.
Yeah, for sure. We're out on our home ground as well, so we'll look to get that win back. You know, there's going to be a big crowd here today, and we want to do it for our school.
And the Kings College team in 2010, 9 wins and 2 losses in 3rd position. They are a 16-time Auckland champion college. Kings College and a very experienced and very informed team we will see this afternoon. Forte, the captain at centre, was in the Blues under-18s team in 2010. He's a quality player with good size and good footwork. Up front, Blair Rush, we saw a lot of him. Last year, the vice-captain from Manukau, 6'4". He's grown in the off-season, and he looks to be a very solid performer looking ahead to the 2011 season. Let's hear from their captain.
Fussy Fuatai, a massive game today. You take on the big physical presence that is Kelston Boys High School.
Yeah, no, we're definitely looking forward to it. It's a good one to open the season, but we know what Kelston are going to bring, and hopefully we can be resilient today and come back at them.
Yeah, what sort of style of rugby are you looking to play?
Obviously, we're looking to play a wide, kind of fast-running ball to run them round. We know they're a big physical side, and the more we can tire them out and the more we can spread them, the better for us.
In terms of last year, you've got some wonderful experience back, particularly at first 5.
Yeah, no, we did have a young team last year, and especially Simon Hickey at number 10 was a standout last year, so hopefully he can build on it in this year and lead us around like he did.
We had a lot of rain overnight, ground conditions relatively heavy. Is there a plan B if it doesn't allow for open running rugby?
Oh, for sure. You know, if it does come down to that, we'll look to plug the corners, play territory early on, but that's also part of our game and our structures and game plan. But, you know, we want to play an open kind of game and run them around.
How important is discipline?
Oh, it's key. We've had a bit of trouble in the pre-season, but hopefully we can keep it good today.
There they are, getting ready to come out. That's Kelston Boys High School on their home ground. Supporters are here coming all the way across town from Kings College, so we're all set for a nice atmosphere here, and it's going to be good. Now, we want to set the scene for the secondary schools competition here in Auckland, as this is the season opening round. Now, it's a very interesting and always exciting competition, Paul.
Yes, it is, and as we look at the table here, Keith, you can see that Kelston and Kings both finished on 39 points, as you mentioned. But what hasn't probably been mentioned is the reason that Kelston ended up second as opposed to third, even though they lost one extra game, is they had 7 bonus points, as we see on the screen there. So that was the difference. They know how to score tries and get those bonus points. They met each other twice last year with a win apiece, so there's plenty at stake between these two teams today.
And there is Taylor Adams, the captain, young man we've heard speaking already today. Excellent leaders of these teams. Taylor Adams there, and Asil Fuatai for Kings College. So let's go down to Mark again. Let's hear from the coaches.
Well, thank you, guys. Yes, a lot of pressure at first 15 level these days. And Ben Willis, the coach of Kings College, how much pressure on you against Kelston today?
It's not us, really. It's the boys that take it. As I said to them, we make no tackles throughout the game. We make no kicks. It's all them.
And what's your message been in terms of the start of the 2011 season?
Take a bit of confidence from what's happened, but from last year. This year we've got a few guys back. So we play the Kings style every year pretty much. We're never a big team, so we have to work extra hard.
Are we likely to see a 15-man game today or a 10-man game?
Sure, no, we've got the 10 men to play that if we need to, but no, we like to spread the ball a bit. And the first 15 around the country, I think that's why it's been so popular. It's such a wide game, and we'll certainly look to stick to that today.
Historically, what are the strengths of Kelston Boys High School?
Their individuals have been amazing throughout the years. This year I hear there's much the same. They've got a Polynesian influence often, so that brings with them some big hard runners, big boys, almost senior sort of rugby size. So yeah, we're looking to have a real battle on our hands with those big guys today.
And what's your take on ground and weather conditions in regard to your side?
Fantastic, looks fantastic, this setting here.
And of course to our sideline man, Mark Watson, because he's the producer for Mark Watson's radio show on Radio Sport. So young referee on the way up today, Angus Maybe. Don't forget the website, skytv.co.nz, for all of the information about college rugby. And now we pause for the hakas from the two colleges. To the left, Kings College. To the right, Kelston Boys. This is Blair Rush. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Now here comes Kelston. The little guy at the front was Dylan Yakuzovic, and the big guy from way up north, Kaitaia, James Lay, the Kelston Boys High haka.
Absolutely outstanding huckers, Keith, and if they can translate that passion from the haka into their games, we're going to be in for some fireworks this afternoon. Brilliant. There's a lot of feeling, and you can just pick up through the emotion of the huckers how much these games mean to these young men.
So there's the King's College team heading away. It's secondary schools rugby, a competition game. The new season starts. Here's the captain of the home team, Taylor Adams. We're all set for a great one. The referee is Angus Mavey. Live college rugby, live on the Rugby Channel.
So it's King's College will have first use of the football. Taylor Adams, the captain, goes long and